Apparently, apparently, I was born many years ago in a distant country full of turmoil. It was full of turmoil and castrations, if you would like to say. I was the only child for many years and the focus of parental attention from both of my parents. You could say I was a bit spoiled. My parents said that I was so well taken care of and they felt so responsible for me. They would even chew my food for me, lest I starve to death. I was a picky eater. In time, we moved to this country, and were culturally confusing. It took a while for the three of us to adjust to the American life, having come from Bulgaria, East European country, and having lived in Austria for 3 years. Life in America was really different. Life looked so great to me most of the time because most of the time I was well protected and cared for by both my parents. I was the center of attention. Then they decided to build a family. At first, they brought home a new sister. I was 6 and just a little bent out of shape. Where was all that attention I was used to? I learned that I could boost my value and parental attention by helping my mother take care of her. My sister was kind of cute, and I could teach her things. I really liked to play, and she was a good excuse for me to do that. Not too long afterwards, there were 2 more sisters, then 2 more brothers. Now, at that point, I was 14 years old. I was 5'7" tall, my very present height today. I had grown to my adult height at that time. And when I took all of my siblings to the park, 5 children under 8 years of age, people thought that I was the mother. Mind you, I liked to play and I did not have to make meals or go out and earn a living. I thought life was good. However, there was one important thing missing. Before I continue, I would like to clarify something about the English language. There is a little syllable that goes in front of a word, and it means without. That syllable is the letter A. An example is the word cross, which means 2 lines that intersect. Putting an A in front of that word, cross, gives you the word across, a straight line. A cappella means singing without accompaniment. In medicine, aplastic anemia is anemia due to a loss of plasticity. The red blood cells that are circulating around are too brittle to squeeze through the tiny capillaries of end organ circulation. Thus, the person suffers often fatally because less oxygen is delivered to the body by fewer and fewer red blood cells. The red blood cells are aplastic or without plasticity, and they become eliminated. Person becomes anemic and very tired. So the reason I'm describing all of this to you is that since my parents had 6 children, I was sorely missing parental attention. I was living apparently. No parents. What do you do? Well, what would you do? Knowing that your parents were unavailable. Since my parents had 6 children, I determined that I needed at least 6 parents to make up for my parental time deprivation. I decided to adopt 5 other parents. Now, these were men and women who were older, like my parents, who knew things that I needed to know about, but my parents had no idea about or simply did not have the time to teach me. I called these people my godparents. They taught me to appreciate the English language, my third language after Bulgarian and Austrian German. They helped me to deal with relationship issues, applying to college with technological skills. They taught me how to sing and read music. They gave me tips on cultural integration, professional and spiritual guidance. They were merely mentors of sorts. In exchange, I became their godchild. I would help them with babysitting when they needed to go places. I would help around the house with gardening, ironing, and remodeling projects. In later years, I would take them to the airport or pick them up from the hospital after surgery, or even I brought them with me on a company reward trip when 2 people were allowed to accompany you. And then when I did not have a significant partner, it was a remarkable exchange of goods and services, so to speak, and definitely a source of camaraderie. As years went by, some of them moved or passed away. I, I brought in new godparents, older, more experienced people that knew more than I did in special areas. In turn, I found I found many younger people that I could mentor in what I had learned over the years. They were and are 20 to 30 years younger than I. It is a fulfilling mission to live this way. I am amazed at how many times I can parent people around me that seek guidance or ask support, especially if they are living a parently. In summary, parenting is a rewarding position. You do not have to have children to parent those around you. You can also enjoy the benefits of others parenting you. Either way, I have discovered that I do not want to live my life a parently. Thank you.